Hey guys, it's Chris Stuffit here, and I've got an audiobook coming out 8th of December, my novel, Philip, and it's available on all audiobook platforms. So wherever you usually get your audiobooks, look out for Philip, a novel, and here is a sneak peek for you.
I tried to question what he was saying and look into his face where he sat, but I had to squint, and instead of saying anything, I held up my hand to shield my eyes from his bright countenance. His face literally shone. Gold flecks mixed in with the brown flesh of his rugged, kind face. And while I saw stubble and some small scars, it was clear that this man really wasn't a man at all. He opened his mouth, and with each word, bright light shone from it, as if a small fire was blazing deep within. I've been sent to instruct you to leave right now, down to the desert road. Now go! And with that, he stood. He was enormous. Yet his height didn't frighten me, and as he reached out his hand towards me, rather than stepping back, I somehow instinctively stepped in to receive what he needed to give me. I lifted my head to look squarely up at his face. His hand on my shoulder sent a burning sensation deep down the right side of my body. Each burning pulse, like that of a heart, filled me with power. And as it did, I bravely stared deeply into his striking eyes, refusing to pull away from the pulses of power I was receiving. Within his brown and gentle eyes were mysteries, distant lands, and the kindness of a father that I had also seen when Jesus breathed upon me and spoke of my call as an evangelist. His eyes also carried sadness, like the eyes of an older man who had seen way too much pain. Yet they also looked like the eyes of a newborn child seeing for the first time, deeply innocent and drinking in their environment. He didn't say another word as he stood with his hand upon my shoulder. He didn't need to. I knew that it was pointless to argue about going. All I needed to do was obey. But then I thought of Sarah, and like a thump to the stomach that wins, the thought of leaving her took the powerful encounter and transformed it into a deep ache in my chest. Surely I couldn't leave her again. I dropped my gaze from his and looked down at my dusty feet. The ground around the market stall was littered with bits of rotten fruit trodden deeply into the dust, making colourful smears around my feet from the day's trading, rotten brown splodges mixed with those from previous ones. I looked up again to ask him how I would be able to leave Sarah and go. But no one was there. He had gone. I stood for a while, rooted to the spot. The sensation of warmth carried on, pouring down my right side as I thought through the instruction and mapped in my mind the best route to travel to Gaza, and then also the simple walk back home to Sarah. But what about Sarah? I spoke out loud into the air. It was then that the Spirit of Jesus spoke into my being. Everything is going to be all right, Philip. Now go down to the Gaza Road, and I'll show you how to bring good news to an entire nation. Now go. You need to run.